as promised, this is the update on the paranormal vlog. Okay, so if you like any of my paranormal videos, then you've been keeping up with what's been going on. So I wasn't staying at my apartment for quite some time, and then I came back and I got a dog, and boop, now I am here today. So when I first got a dog, I would lay in bed, and whenever I would feel like something was next to me or touching me, I would put her on my lap to see how she would respond. That way I know whether it was a psychosomatic episode or whether it was something that something around me could feel as well. So I put Bento on my lap, and when I would feel something like slowly crawling up my legs and it would get to my lap where she would freak out. There's this corner in my room that she keeps staring at. And the other day, well, she always looks at that corner, and she always like moves her head up and down, like if she's seeing something, or I don't know. It's weird. And it creeps me out. Other day, I came home after work. I gave her like a treat because she didn't make a mess. And she's on the bed. I give her the treat, and she's facing that corner of the room again. But this time, she starts to growl. And she's growling and looking, and then she walks away, like backs up, and she keeps looking at me, and then she looks at the corner and she growls again, and I'm like, okay, you're creeping me out. And the minute she started to growl, like all the hairs on my arm, like just ping, like goosebumps everywhere. It creeped me out. So then she moves forward and she takes her treat, and then she's like backing up while she's growling. And once she gets close to me, then she starts to eat it. So with some discussion on what's been going on, I wasn't sure whether it was the situation that I had been dealing with and that I'd avoid discussing was, it went from being curious to tugging on my hair and making noises to becoming aggressive, to where I felt like I was being choked. I was feeling scared. I wouldn't want to be in my own apartment. And now, like, I'm not afraid. It's in the middle of the night. I'm at my own apartment. I'm not scared of it anymore. Like, I'm just, just brushing it off. Because I'm just getting used to it at this point. So, it went from being curious to aggressive to the point where it was violent. Like, okay, I would start to feel sick, like my stomach was hurting, or if it would lean on me, my body would literally hurt. Or you know how that feeling if somebody like rubs their feet on the carpet and then touches you, you get like a static shock? It felt like if somebody was putting their hands on my face, and it felt like that static shock. I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but yes. Anyways, so then it started to turn into, I'm like, how can I word this without sounding like a fucking weirdo? But, okay. And I've read into it and looked into some of this stuff, but this might be a long story. Okay, so, just say it, Mars, just say it, just say it. Okay. So it started to get romantic with me, as far as being almost like a male. Like I felt like I was being pushed. When I was in bed, I would wake up like half asleep, half awake, to where I'd be like, I thought I was like, I would wake up and then I'm like trying to fall back to sleep, but I can't. But I ended up falling back to sleep, and in my dream, I'm like in bed trying to fall back to sleep, but I can't. So I couldn't distinguish between reality and dream. But in my dream, I was laying down like on my side, and like if I was being pushed face first into the pillow, and my legs were being spread, and I was being pulled off the bed. And I would wake up like in a cold sweat, like freaking out. And this would happen every morning. Like, It was just horrible. And then it started to feel like I would feel hands between my legs, or hands like touching my breasts. And I started to look into it, and then I discussed it with somebody who said it could possibly be like an incubus. Look it up. Very scary. Then from there, it went from either being a male spirit that's attached to me to an incubus, and somebody was going to get a hold of the Valley Paranormal people from where I am, and I was just like, no, I kind of don't want to do that. And then somebody else was like, oh, there's this other paranormal group, and I was like, So I messaged them, and then I just never really followed through with that. I just don't feel comfortable with other people in my home. And then what if they like, I don't know. Well, back then when I was scared, I was just like, I don't want to like irritate or like play with fire when I don't know how to put it out. You know what I mean? So then I just kind of been dealing with my own inner faith and things like that have been helping me deal with the whole issue. And today was very interesting, and I need your opinion on this. Okay. So here, I mean, some people call them healers, some people call them witch doctors, some people call them witches. Here they call them curanderas. And I saw one. I don't know. Yeah. They think that it is involving brujeria, and it has to do with someone from my past. Not someone that I directly know, but that somebody that's involved with somebody that I directly know that does not like me. And I do believe in that because of things that I've seen and dealt with in the past with family. But the things that this lady told me, at one point I started crying. And then, okay, so this is what it is, and I'm a little skeptic on this because I've seen a lot of stuff of this on TV and shows about like a sleight of the hand and how it's like a trick and all this stuff. But she says that they're, to cleanse me, they get like a candle and an oil that they burn, and she keeps the candle with her. And when the candle continues to burn, that she's able to envision and see things. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I kind of like, anyways, like I know people that are like that, that have intuition, and she'll call you and see you when she gets the feeling or sees something when the time is right. And that she sees, I don't know. Okay, like imagine a voodoo doll, but with nails and needles and dirt and stuff. She says she sees that inside me, so that she's going to, when she cleanses me, that she's going to take these things out of me. And she speaks Spanish, and I understand some Spanish, but I had to have somebody translate that was with her, and my stepsister that was there as well. And I was just like, whoa, okay, so yeah, cleanse me. What, do you mean like whack me with some bushes or rub an egg on me? And no, not like that. Like, she's going to not necessarily touch me, but put her hands over me, and she says that she's physically going to pull things out of me, like a nail and needles and dirt. And I don't know how that is possible. Like, is she going to be hiding something in her sleeve and they'll go, "Whatcha?" and then it pops out? Like, I don't know. But what's weird about it is that my sister has been through stuff like this, and somebody told her that they had something with her, and he's like, I feel something in your stomach. And he goes, and it's gonna come out of you, and we'll see what it is. And she said that she was like, what? And then she felt sick and threw up, and black tar came out of her stomach during one of these cleansings. But when this happens, like they're doing this cleansing thing, that the candle helps avoid the pain of the things being extracted from you, and that you're physically going to be able to see the things that are coming out of you. Does that make sense? Like, like I cannot wrap my brain around that. Like, how is she going to pull? She says that she thinks that there's something in the back of my head that causes me to feel a certain way. Like, I do not know how to put this into words. I guess it was like one of those you had to be there moments. But she says that there's something with nails and needles. And this is based on somebody that is envious or anger or hatred towards me, that this is all coming from. And once the items are extracted from me, that it's pretty much gonna, she said that it's gonna kind of look like it won't be like bling, a nice shiny nail or anything like that. That it's gonna be like gunk that's in the shape of a nail or something like that. And I have the choice to either return it back to the person who gave it to me, because they say that if with black magic, that if you do something, it's either 3 or 10 folds back to you. So if you wish evil upon others, then you have to protect yourself, because then it comes back. I think it's 3 folds, but they're giving me the option to send it back or burn it. And I don't think I'd be able to send it back to somebody. I mean, with like the stuff I've been dealing with, yes, it's scary, but I don't think I could keep that on my conscience to send this back to somebody. I don't know. What are your thoughts? It sounds kind of like hocus pocus, wave of the wand, but I don't know. I don't know. And this vlog is getting pretty long, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. And yeah, so if anybody has heard of, well, she's called, I don't know, they called her like a bruja, or like, which is witch in Spanish. But yeah, like, I don't know what I just got myself into. That's all I could think about when I left. I was like, this is gonna be weird. But yeah, so that's the update. I'll let you know what happens.